Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Phantasmal episode with me, your favorite person in the world. No, I'm kidding. I may not be your favorite person in the world, but today, here we are with my new cubes. So, here I am, supplied by thecubicle.us. I was expecting this to be coming on Monday, but Monday was Labor Day. So, but these guys are awesome. If you haven't checked them out yet, you're a loser. No, I'm kidding. You really need to check them out. You guys can get Rubik's Cubes for $4. They're pretty cheap. I believe they're made by these guys too. Here, but $4 for a good Rubik's Cube that actually moves. That's a budget speed cube. You can buy like 2 of those for the price of one regular Rubik's brand cube. So definitely check them out. So here we are. I have a, I believe this one's a Moyu. I'm pretty sure this is a Moyu. But this one I can't remember. Anyways, they were stickerless. I have to get it. Stickerless. 6x6 and 7x7. So it came in a USPS package, which they just shoved in my mailbox, which I'm hoping that none of these are damaged, hence another reason why I'm doing a video on these specifically. So let's go ahead and open up the 6x6. So I have no idea who this kid is, but I'm pretty sure he's sponsored, otherwise he wouldn't be here. Anyways, so yeah, let's get into it. Oh my goodness, this looks awesome. I have been excited. I have been just messing with my 6x6 and 7x7 at work like a madman, getting ready for this. Alright, so anyway. Alright, so it looks like we got a little instruction booklet here. Of course, it's in Chinese, so none of it's going to make sense to me. So we'll put that aside and have a look at this. Let's experience some first turns here. Again, I am disclosing that I am by far nowhere near a speed cuber. I'm a hobbyist, but I try to speed as fast as I can. Okay, so outside layers, pretty sandy, honestly. Ooh. Middle layers move a lot better. So I have a Shang Xiao, or supposedly a Shang Xiao. I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff because the stickers are different and it turns horribly. So I have to be careful. I've had like middle pieces pop out me twice now with that cube, and I've lubed it and everything. I'm not sure if this is lubed, and I'm not particularly sure how to take apart a 6x6 without putting it together failing. But yeah, this feels much nicer. It's about the same size of my Shang Xiao, so yeah, I'm kind of impressed with it so far. Let's do a. Oh my goodness, I was scared there for a second. I'm so used to my 6x6 that I have in my desk at work, where if something like that would have happened, the middle wouldn't go out. So I freaked out there for a second. I was just like, anyway. That's another cool pattern. Yeah, nope, this way. There we go. Alright, so I basically made it to where there are 3x3s on the inside. So the checkerboard pattern, like this. By the way, this is a Moyu YiuXin GTS DIY version, so that's why the stickers look a little bit off, because I did it by hand. So I basically did this. I made them smaller and put them in this. So that's actually something fun I like to do. A lot of people at work are like, whoa. But I'm really liking the green on blue here. My light is kind of close here, but it's the best lighting I can get. But the yellow and white are very distinguishable for me. That's great. And the orange and red. Orange could be a little bit brighter for me, honestly. About the same. But I'm just happy to have a stickerless. I mean, come on. Anyways, so let's get on with it. I may or may not do a solve on this. So I have no idea what I'm going to do here. But let's go ahead and open up the 7x7. and have a look at it here. Okay. So, getting the plastic off here. Sorry, that's my dog barking. Okay. So this is a Moyu. I'm pretty sure it's a Moyu. Ooh. I don't know if that's just me sweating or if that's lubrication. But this is the 7x7 Stickerless Bright. Yeah, it's Moyu. It's Moyu, I'm sure. I'm still kind of learning some names, still getting used to it with the lingo, but I'm feeling this all over. I know I'm not a sweaty tryhard, but I'm pretty sure that's lubrication there. So first turns. All right. That is very sandy. That is very sandy, but it moves pretty good here. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and do a checkerboard pattern here, because the checkerboard on the 7x7 is just outrageously awesome. No! Thank you. Doing this on my other 7x7 is kind of scary for me, but dang, that looks good. I see. This is. I don't know if that's the same. Yeah. So this kind of red-orange contrast here is more favorable for me, but again, it's all personal preference, honestly. But again, I'm happy to have Stickerless here. So let's have a look at white and yellow in comparison here. Okay, so I will admit this dull yellow is kind of preferred, but I do like having the bright yellow, because sometimes I'll solve in the dark, well, darkish with hardly no light, and it's almost nigh impossible with this dull yellow. Let's look at green and blue. So I do like the dark green versus and the dark blue versus the brighter ones, but even still, the contrast on these are great. I'm enjoying it. So let's bring this back, shall we? One of my coworkers the other day, I'll just do his first names here. Nick, my man. He asked me, how do you do this, dude? Like, I know you can do it, but just how? I kind of just sat there and I was just like, so I saw the centers first, and then like these centers, and then I worry about the edges, and then I get the corners. I could just tell it went straight over his head, and that's okay. That's 100% fine. But I kind of do want to do a solve for you guys, but not. I don't know if I should do 6x6 or 7x7. 7x7, in my opinion, takes longer, of course. And I've been practicing on just solving it. I've never really sat down and just timed myself. I'll be in between calls at work, or like today, I literally waited for Apple customer support to help one of my customers talk to them, because I work for a financial institution and there was a problem. It literally took me a good hour before any answer was really given. I literally had to wait 25, 30 minutes on just hold to get a representative. So I'm not happy with Apple. So Apple, if you're watching me, work on it. Okay, so we're gonna actually just screw up the 6x6 because I just want to. Oh, see, something like this scares the crap out of me, because a false move like that on my other one, those metal pieces would have just went, and I would have no idea how to put it back together. Oh man, this just looks so sick, just messed up. I now own all the cubes from 2x2 to 7x7 stickered. I own everything from a 3x3 up to a 7x7 now in Stickerless. I just don't have a Stickerless 2x2, but then again, why? A 6x6 and a 4x4 can turn into a 2x2. So technically, yes, I got a few. Alright, so this is not, however, in what way a tutorial on how to solve a 6x6 by all means. This is me taking what I know from solving a 4x4 and a 5x5. I'll use parity solves, like for example when on the 4x4 you have two edge pieces straight across from each other and the last two edges, and you need to pair those. So I'll use that on this. And sometimes on the 5x5 where you have an edge, just two edges done on that, the algorithm is different to pair that. But I always mess that one up somehow. But I'm going to keep that one handy because I have a picture of it on my phone. I just don't know why I haven't memorized it yet. I don't know, because I almost never, ever, 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 ever run into it. And I look online, and people online all the time are like, I run into it like all the time. You should know how to solve it. There's like 8 different cases. Well, you know what? There won't be 8 different cases. But then again, I'm not a speed cuber, so this might take the rest of the video. So I start with white. What I'm going to do here is I am going to go through and try to remember that I'm on camera here and not go out of the box here. I'm going to start with white. I'm going to start by building one full layer. When I mean layer, I mean one line. So here's a pair already halfway done for me. So I'm working on this one right here. Alright, cool. So I have one. I just need the other 4. And I'm sorry if I shake the camera. I'm going to do my best not to do that. Alright. So we need to go ahead and get that one, since that one easily fell into place there for me. There's that other piece I want right there. I can just turn it right up, bring it up. Alright, now let's get these 2 middle ones here. So there's that. I just need that one more edge piece there. I call it an edge. It's an inner edge. Okay, it's right. It's right here. I got you. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring that up here. So I just need to unscramble these and get them back into the right place here. Yeah. Alright, so Nick, if you're watching this, buddy, I'll be sure to tag you on Facebook with it. So that's what I mean by starting with the middles there. And like I said before, I'm going to be flipping it. And we're going to get yellow here. Because, kiddies, for those of you who don't solve Rubik's Cubes, white is opposite of yellow, green is opposite of blue, and orange is opposite of red. So, when you're first starting to solve 4x4, this is important to have, because the middles never change ever. And I mean ever, 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 ever. So, that's always going to be yellow. Simply put, on this, there's no center. So that's why we got to make our own and reference them in kind, which I'll show you how I reference them to it. Oh, and by the way, you're probably wondering, how do I solve this without messing this up? Well, whenever I bring up a layer like this, I make sure to spin this out of the way to where I have a piece that I don't need and bring this down to complete white again. So let's just go ahead and go through, because I'm starting to get into tutorial base here. But some of my friends at work are like, how does one that did do this? So that's why I'm kind of covering it. So let's continue on. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one out. A lot of people are like, just add to it. I kind of want it in these side layers because I don't have to replace it. I could just move it. And I'd rather move it because I like to move it. Bad reference, I know. Alright, so that's done. So I'll go ahead and bring it up here. Get it out of the way. And I'll go ahead and get that one out of the way and start building that one. Oh, I actually might start building that one instead. Yep, there we go. So, see what I mean by bringing this up, moving this out of the way, and this one's going to come back down, replace it here, and fixes this at the bottom. I'm getting all serious, getting technical. Oh, the piece is right there. So there's that other yellow. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky for some people. They're like, well, how do I get this up here without really effing this up? Because even if I do this, I'll bring it up here and I'll turn it and I have to bring the white back down and I bring this back down. So here's the thing. You have to replace a yellow that's already up here. But it doesn't make sense to some people, but that's what you do. You bring it up over here, out of the way, so that way you can turn this. So you can turn this one out of the way, so that way this one's still lined up to come here because you're pulling the white back down here. Make a little sense, pause, rewind, go over that as many times as you want if you're a visual learner. Which, by the way, speaking of a visual learner, I had a request for a Megaminx tutorial. I'm going to try to do that for you. Get that done soon, tag you, and as soon as I become friends with you on Facebook. But it is coming. It will come. So we're just going to build the rest of this here. Just got to find the other yellows. So here's that. A lot of you are probably like, where is he looking to do all this? Well, I'm kind of looking under a camera, looking straight at this. So I'm actually seeing over here and over here sometimes where you guys may not think I'm looking, but that's what I'm going for. So here we are now, and white, intact. Next step, I usually go for any color that I see is built the most out of all the sides. And in this case, I already have a blue here. So this is how I find out where I put my centers. So since I have blue here, I'm just going to make this my blue face. This is going to be my blue face, period. So what I do is I'll find a blue piece or a blue corner that has either yellow or white. And since this is yellow, I'm going to pair it up here. I'm going to pair it up with yellow up here, and I'm going to bring it to where blue, the corner with the blue and yellow, is on the same face as my blue. Sorry, I'm losing camera focus there. There we go. And this is going to be my blue face. And here's orange. So this is going to be my orange face. But first and foremost, I'm going to build this. I should actually build this whole center first and then do this corner reference so I know what goes next to it. That way when I get this face, like an example, this is going to be my orange face, I'll know that this is my green face and then this is my red face. Because again, orange is opposite from red, green is opposite from blue. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Time now. And by the way, I don't have a way to speed up the process of this video in any way, shape, and or form. Because I don't do editing. I just don't want to waste the money on it, even though I might do that eventually. Still, probably not going to happen. You guys love it when I make mistakes because you get to laugh at my misery, at my pain, my suffering. You don't want to see me build my Fallout 4 settlements, but you do want to see me how to solve a Rubik's Cube. The way you can learn too. Which I might do a basic 3x3 tutorial. Kind of like where you go, that move. And train you like that, but it is best to learn algorithm. Honestly, it'll save you so much trouble in the end. So much trouble. Okay, so in this situation, I'll bring this up and flip it so I can bring it down. Cool little trick. Okay, so I just got those two left. Here's a piece. Kind of sitting there thinking, how in the F am I going to do this? Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. This is actually a center edge. When I mean center edge, I'm talking bam. I'll start naming stuff. It's weird. Whatever helps me remember, I will remember. Whatever helps you remember, you'll remember. And if I have to make a video where I'm just like, this is how you learn, I'll try and teach you how to learn. Let me know. Okay, so we got blue. So here's that one part I was going to do again. We're going to get yellow up here. We're going to face it with blue. So blue, yellow, and then red. So this is going to be my red face. So I need to start building my red pieces. So I already see a red strip here and a red strip here. It's just deciding which one do I want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see here. What would be the best one? This one. So bring that up. Don't break the cube. Bring it down. So I just need to move it again, because I want to be able to start building here. Alright, so that one's almost done, so I can get that up there, turn, pull it up here, pull this out of the way, and see, this is where you're like, oh man, I only have like 2 faces to work with. Wait until we just get one. That's going to be the fun part, because I usually have a hard time remembering what I need to do. So as of late, though, I've been like, oh yeah, I need to do that and put this here. Okay, so we have that piece there. So what I'm going to do is actually replace it to where this is over here, so I can place this, bring this up, over, down, flip. I'm speaking out loud. And as you see, as I solve, some pieces will actually fall into place. I love it when that happens. That way I don't have to finagle with it too much. Alright, so we have red, blue is intact, yellow and white are still there. Now we just need to get these last 2 faces here. So how I determine again where my faces are, with only green and orange being left. Here's blue, so green's here. Here's red, so orange is here. So I start working with whatever face is done the most, but we do have a green here and a orange right here. So it's really 6s on where I want to start, but I also look at how closely some other edges are built. So I actually might do green here. Since that's easy, I just need the 2 more layers left. See if I can easily build them here. Go ahead and do that. Well, that did not work out the way I wanted it to. Well, I'm just effing this up all sorts of craziness. So let's replace one of these up here so I can better move another slot. Bring that up, bring that down. See, I get OCD with this because I'm like, I don't want to break this, but I need to. You know, we're going to put that back up. So this is the part where I start getting itchy. I could be crazy and just leave these 2 here and like make whoever's OCD is crazier than mine and go insane, which I actually left 1 edge piece on the 3 edge pieces on the 5x5 unsolved, but solved the rest of the thing. Oh, people hated me. Anywho, so I need to bring that up, bring that down, bring that over. Wait, nope. Pull that up too, bring this back, pull that down, bring this back, pull that down, so we just have the 1 left. Okay, so we're getting this piece up here. Let me bring that up. I need to turn it. Bring that, oh wait, no, am I getting this confused here? Okay, yeah, I'm getting this confused here. I usually do, with the last piece I only have left with this, I'm like, me, hey. So that's done. I don't know if you caught that, play, rewind it, slow motion. I'm not going to explain it again. I'm only going over basics. Now, since I have all my edges right, I mean, I could take my 3x3 here, or in a case my 7x7 since it's already solved, and make sure that my pieces are in the right place. We good? We good. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to, for me, how I do the 6x6 is I'll actually get these middle 2 layers, these middle 2 edges done, and then I'll treat like kind of like a 4x4 how it works. And then when that's done, since these are solid, I'll have just 3 left, and it treats like a 5x5. And once I'm done with that, it acts like one of these bad boys. If you're still kind of learning. So I have red and white right here. I'm just going to go ahead and finish that layer. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So you can kind of see the end product here of what the goal is, what I mean by edges, and solving them. So I just need to find 1 more red-white edge, which these are edges here. sometimes I can get lost for the longest time looking for edges. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is my goal to do with all the edges, but it just luckily paired up right there for me. So green and white. Oh, there's blue and white. Let's go ahead and do that since they're right there. You just need to flip that edge. And I'm looking at my timer and I'm like, oh, I'm running out of time. So let's go ahead and, oh, there's the other green and white. What? Hey, they're right next to each other. That happens to me a lot too. I'll look for something and it ends up being right next to each other and I'm like, face palm. I need to lube this. Which, by the way, Cubicle, if you're watching, I know that the Lubrical Silk is on back order until mid-September, end of September. I really want it. Everybody's raving about it. I want it. I really want it. Especially for this. Because I hear the stuff is magic. I've seen some reviews on it. I really want it. And it's nice to want. As we all picture the meme of, gosh, what's his bucket off Futurama? Just shut up and take my money? Yeah, that meme. I just want it. And I don't know why, I just subconsciously just solved that too. Because all the pieces were conveniently nearby. So, oh look, red and green. You just need to flip that edge here. Now, the fun part for me was solving a 6x6 is that when I do, and I run into parity, I'm like, oh, this is just like the 4x4. Except when you have to turn two middle layers like this, just this inner layer, it becomes a little bit more difficult and you have to go a little slower so you don't mess it up. I've messed up quite a few times, so yeah. 4x4 parity used to be my weakness. It used to be my kryptonite to Superman. I would get parity before I understood how to solve it, and I would actually mess up the whole cube and start over. That's how much I hated it. I didn't want to learn it, and now I learned it, and I'm just like, pfft. It only took about 2.5 hours of mindlessly doing the same algorithm over and 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 over. And did I mention over again? So, wait. Ah. You found me! Sometimes I picture that. Oh, I gotta flip you again. F. Wait, is that... that is almost done. Let's go ahead and get it done since they're right next to each other. Why not? Okay. So what edge pieces do we not have done? I think that's all of them. Okay, so now I'm going through the outer edge pieces. I refer to them as the outer because you have the two inner and then the two outer. So this is the part where it becomes a 5x5 for me, and I will solve it as such. So here's red and green for both of these, so I'm just going to hold on to those. That's how I reference. I'll hold on to the pieces I need and then go and search for the other pieces around the cube so I don't lose my place. Okay, so here's those. The pieces I'm looking for. I just got to be careful not to lose that. And I'm going to bring those over, match these up. Bring up the... Oh, I didn't go. You guys are probably like, how are you doing that? Well, it's magic. I'm a magician. I'm magical. Anyways, we'll go over it real quick. Because if you've watched this far into me solving it, you're dedicated. So here's our red and green, and our red and green over here. We need to make sure that we have something that's broken up here. So I flipped it to where the red and green is down here that we need to bring over here. So what we'll do is we'll bring this over to match these up here, even though we've messed up our middles all the way around the cube. But what we're doing is we're bringing it up here, out of the way, and twisting it. So that way we can bring this unsolved layer, these edges, down to where we had it, and we move our middles back, because it's already messed up anyway. So we keep doing this until it's solved. But we do run into some situations where we have to make sure that the pieces that we move fall into place. So, for example, here's my green and white. There's my green and white, but this is blue and yellow. So here's my blue and yellow conveniently right there. So when I turn just that layer to finish the green and white, I'll bring it up and make sure this yellow and blue is right there in that top layer, because when I move it over and come down, it's going to be in the top layer, which is what I need, because it's going to come over here and finish this layer. So I'm basically solving 2 at once. Sometimes you do 3 at once. 3 at once is awesome, but you got to be careful, because if you have 4 edges left, you're going to run into parity, and parity is not fun. I'll admit I troll people. I will set a 4x4 up for parity on purpose while I'm teaching someone how to solve a 4x4 so they can suffer as I have suffered, and I can witness their face because it's glorious. Okay, so we're just going to go through this because I'm dawdling enough. Okay, so orange and blue. All right, awesome. So here's a fun situation where you have blue and red, but blue and red and it's flipped. A lot of people just leave it there, and it bugs me. It grinds my gears. I'm like, just replace it. Find the right piece and replace it. It's not that hard. You can avoid parity. Easy. Done. Peasy. Gone. So there's my red and blue. Just replace it. That's all you got to do. But I need to flip it because this isn't set up as such. Okay. So there's my other red and blue since it's conveniently there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so red and yellow. Oh, look. So this is parity. When you have all the other edges done, this is parity. Now, so these are my orange and yellow. It's where these 2 edges are flipped. And they're like, oh. For me, I'm just like, just fix it. Just put something else there, bruh. So I'll move it and replace it. And then I'll just turn around and take my orange and yellow, pull it down, and replace it in the right spot. Yeah, it's not the best for speed solving, but are we really trying to do that right now? No. So, freaking way. I'm not a speed solver. I disclosed that at the beginning of the video. Go whine somewhere else. Anyway, so we're just finishing up here. I might want to focus on my green and orange though, because that's still kind of like halfsies right now. Oh, I need to move this one. Bring this. Oh my goodness! Sorry! I'm sorry about that. That scared me. It's loud though. Okay. So that's done. So I just need to move that in the right spot. And I lost focus. I totally lost focus. I should have put my phone on vibrate there. At least I don't have an annoying ringtone for my brother. I love my brother. He's awesome. He's cool. He's here right now, and he's the one calling me. He came all the way down from another city, but I'm in the middle of making this video, and I thought my dad would relay that, but, you know, communication. Okay, so, yeah. So in this situation, I just have the 3 left, but these edge pieces aren't set up for me to make them fall into place, so I'm going to run into parity. This is parity, kids, where these 2 are left. So this is the part where I do pull up my cellular device because I want to make sure I don't F up this algorithm. So even though it's for 5x5, this is the algorithm I need here. So if you understand algorithm and you can see this and you can follow along, this is big L little L prime, E2, big L little L prime, E2, F2, big L little L prime, F2, big R little r, U2, big R little r prime, U2, and then big L little l 2, which magically fixes these, but in this case it did not, because I have it here again. So I simply missed those edge pieces. So we're going to do this again, except I'm not going to read it off. I'm just going to do it. Alright, so they're magically fixed here, and I can get this out of the way without knocking the camera out all over the place. Where'd it go? Okay, so now it's basically a 3x3. And we'll solve it as such, but here's the big thing. Another reason why we get what's called parity is because we solve it like it's an odd layer puzzle, hence the 3x3, 5x5, 7x7, and such on and so forth. Our algorithms that are set up for that are meant for an odd layer puzzle. Now, other than with it being an even layer puzzle, I can't explain why it happens. I'm guessing with certain sets of moves that only would work with an even layer puzzle versus odd layer puzzle. Get all scientific on you, but I ain't gonna do that. I've already wasted enough of your time. So this is where it gets a little bit more breezy for me, because 3x3s are cake for me. They're mere child's play, and yet some people, when they see me solve, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're amazing," and I'm like, "Hey, world record's 4.92 if I'm correct still." At the time of this video, I only watched some highlights from the Rubik's Cube Internationals. I don't believe any world records were broke there. But, okay. Almost done, kids. I haven't run into edge parity. Now, edge parity is where these edges are flipped. And that's because of odd layer solving evens. So these two edges are in the right place, but these two are not. Hence, another reason why we solve it like an odd layer. So I'm going to do an easy algorithm that actually takes care of the corners being in the wrong spot. And my friend Alex, he likes to call it the hat trick because it looks like a hat when you do it in the middle of the algorithm. So I actually really like how it's been named like that, so I'm leaving it like that. The only downside with the hat trick is that when you do that, it messes up your edges in the pairing at the end. So, but I'm using the beginner's method on this because I know it the best. And I'm not like an F2L guru or an OLL, PLL guy, which from some of you are like, what does he mean? So OLL is orientation of last layer, and PLL is permutation of last layer. It's speed solving, guys. If you want to watch a video and have your mind blown even further, go watch that. But anyways, done. All of it. Not kidding. All of it done. Just like that. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I know the video is a lot longer than expected, but I wanted to solve it for you, and give you a taste. Again, here's the cubicle.us. Guys, you need to check it out if I can focus on that. Free shipping available. Dude, if you buy so much, they give you free expedited shipping. Who does that? Amazon? Yeah. Orders over, what, $50, you get free standard shipping. These guys are like, orders over so much, free expedited shipping. Dude. So check them out. I'll be leaving a link in the description below for you lazy people. But anyways, thanks again for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Maybe people like Nick, wink, wink, cough, cough, understand a little bit more about how this works and actually see me do it. And you can watch it as many times as you want. But again, this is Frenchie, Mr. Chi Coon, signing off for another wonderful Fantabulous episode. See you later, kids.